The Crown King jig lets you cut perfectly mitered interior and exterior joints right out of the box on 38, 45, or 52 degree spring angle crown moldings. No compound angle cutting, back cuts, coping, difficult angle calculations, auxiliary fences, or confusing upside down miter box positioning required. The Crown King jig allows you to cut moldings the way they look on the wall. The jig is comprised of two pieces, the jig itself and a versatile and reconfigurable yellow insert for 38 and 52 degree spring angles. Markings on the insert quickly help you to position the insert for the correct spring angle of 38 or 52 degrees. The jig automatically positions moldings for accurate miter cutting. The jig is set up for 45 degree spring angle moldings, and the removable adapter quickly reconfigures the jig to 38 or 52 degree spring angles. Crown moldings may be installed either side up, but the wall and ceiling face angles are different. Knowing which molding angle faces the wall determines how the jig is set up for cutting. To check the molding's angle before cutting, place the molding in the jig. The wall face angle should be vertical and the ceiling face angle should be horizontal. You can check with a pocket level. If the ceiling angle is not horizontal, rotate, remove, or insert the yellow plastic adapter until the angle is correct. The two joints are defined exactly by their visual appearance, the left and right sides of an interior joint and the left and right sides of an exterior joint. Cuts to the left side moldings are made by positioning the jig on the left side of the blade. Use an angle finder, T-bevel, or protractor to measure the interior or exterior corners. Divide the angle in half and set the saw's blade angle to this number. Each molding angle equals half of the total corner angle for both left or right hand cuts. Simply position the jig and the molding on the miter saw table with the jig against the saw fence. Moldings are handheld for cutting, clamping is optional but not required. To obtain an accurate miter cut length, first set your saw at a proper angle for your cut and set the Crown King jig on the saw table as far back from the blade as necessary for cutting clearance. Then, either clamp the jig, set the rail end stop, or mark the jig's location on the saw fence. Place a scrap piece of molding into the jig and make a test cut. With the piece still in the jig, measure from the bottom of the jig to the cut edge. This is the measurement you will need to offset your final cuts at this angle. When making final cuts, extend your molding mark beyond the jig by the same distance and cut the moldings as shown. Repeat the procedure when making cuts on the opposite angle. Begin at an inside corner and measure to the next inside or outside corner. Mark the molding where it meets the corner. After cutting, test fit the moldings in place. The yellow insert can also be used as an installation guide. Hold the insert against the wall to check 38 and 45 degree angles, or against the ceiling to check 52 degree angles. The Crown King jig requires no additional parts or accessories to cut perfectly matching miter joints. Miters of almost any angle can be accomplished by simply resetting the blade angle of the saw. If more than one molding length is required to span the distance between corners, set your saw at a 22.5 degree angle to cut and join the mating lengths. If the saw blade guard interferes with or is obstructed by large moldings, manually retract the guard as necessary. For safety, never remove, block, or disable